Hello and welcome to Oldie but Goodie. It's the show out in the West.
Stop.
It's the podcast where we're spending all of 2019 watching films from 1994. It's the 4th week of February and we're doing these films in real time. So this film came out the end of February 94.
Yeehaw!
My name's Sandro. My name's Cowboy Sandro doing a bad accent. Joining me is Zach.
I'm back up, Zach, and I say yeehaw. That's all I do.
We're so sorry to any of our listeners who actually live in this area.
It was bad. Yeehaw. Anyway,
Welcome to the show. Zach, I don't usually get this real on the podcast with you. We usually have a bit of fun.
Okay.
We throw some
that's
we
true.
throw some insults each way, but it's all lighthearted. We respect each other. But I really want
You say this without laughing. That might ruin the moment.
I really want to get real with you. I am so sorry that I chose this film.
It's not great. I gave up with it halfway through.
You did.
I gave up, and I just got fed up with it. I was so tired.
You did finish
after
watching it.
I watched
later,
halfway through, and then I just gave up, and I was like, I'll watch the other half before I come to Sandro's and record this goddamn thing. I'm done with this.
So, we're reviewing a biographical sports movie called 8 Seconds.
Woo!
It was one of two
Yeehaw.
options. One choice was a film called Sugar Hill with Wesley Snipes.
Yep.
It didn't look good, but
This one.
maybe we should have chose that instead.
Maybe. I feel like both the films were questionable.
Look, I chose this because Luke Perry is the lead actor.
Yeah.
He's great in Riverdale, so I was like,
Yeah.
I want to check out some of his older stuff.
Yeah.
And so we did this. Should I have done that?
Maybe.
This film, let's go through it. Let's just jump straight into it. This is probably going to be a short episode.
Yeah, no.
Because there's not much to talk about here.
Yeah.
So this film came out pretty early in Luke Perry's career.
Yeah.
Came out a couple of years after he did the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie.
Yep.
Um,
Classic.
everyone loves the movie and not the TV show.
Yeah, the TV show garbage, but the movie fantastic. At Sandro, not me.
He was. I don't think I've even seen the film.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, I haven't seen it. I've seen the show, not the film.
The show's great, but yeah.
No.
He was doing pretty well as a lead in the TV show Beverly Hills 90210.
Yeah.
We know that TV show. So yeah, he plays Lane Frost, is a world champion at bull riding.
Woohoo!
The film's called 8 Seconds because that's how long you got to stay on the bull to win.
Yep.
It's good.
It's also how long your attention span is trying to watch this movie. It's how long I get watching this movie. It's the amount of time which my happiness is with me discussing this movie. It's whew.
Stephen Baldwin's also in it.
Yep.
He plays Tough Headman, who's another the bull riding champion.
Yep.
And Cynthia Geary plays his wife, Kelly Kyle Frost.
Yep.
It was directed by John Avildsen.
Yep.
Now he's pretty well known for making sports films. Zach, let's see if you've seen any of these.
Okay.
Have you seen Rocky?
Yes.
Have you seen The Karate Kid?
Yes.
Have you seen The Karate Kid 2?
I don't know. I'm gonna hit a maybe on that one.
Karate Kid 3?
No.
Lean on Me.
What's that one about?
It's a bunch of kids and they're doing kid stuff. I've seen it. I can't remember what it's about.
No.
It might be football.
I don't think I've seen it.
Have you seen Rocky 5?
I don't know about 5. I can't remember if I've seen 5 or not.
Which is 5? 4's Russian.
Yeah.
5
Yeah.
is... I don't know. But he
I
did that
remember
one as
4.
well.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've seen 5.
Anyway, he directed all of those.
Wow. That's an impressive lineup.
This director made my childhood of sport films.
Yeah.
I used to watch all these films so much.
Yeah, so this film must be great, right?
It's his second last movie that he ever directed.
It should have been his last.
The last one was a film called Inferno, came out in 1999. Van Damme's in it.
Oh, okay.
He retired after making that, and then passed away at the grand old age of 81.
Yeah.
A good innings for
That's
him.
pretty good. Thought he would have died 8 seconds
No,
after making this
don't make a
film.
joke about his death.
I'm sorry.
You really hate this movie.
I'm not a big fan. I got really bored.
Yeah, no.
I'm not a fan of either of the subjects of these movies, which is bull riding, horse riding, whatever. The other is romance,
Not just romance, a failing marriage.
failing marriage. Neither of these subjects I'm terribly interested in. Maybe the bull riding. The bull riding was interesting, but anyway.
Well, that's why I chose it, because I have never seen a bull riding movie before, and I wanted to see what one would be like.
I wish you'd focused more on that.
Yeah, it was a bit of a subplot. Anyway, it was released February 25th, shortly after what would have been Lane Frost's 30th birthday.
Oh, there you go.
Which is a nice way to release it. It received mixed reviews from critics, but everyone praised Luke Perry's performance.
Yeah,
Everyone was like,
good.
it's pretty good. I agree.
Yeah.
I think he was not.
You know what?
Alright.
I'll agree with him. His performance pretty good.
31% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, that's 21% more than I would have rated it, but yeah.
Another 10%er from Zach. We don't know what the cinema score is for this one, but it did get 6.2 on IMDb. That's out of 10. So it seems like audiences were a bit split on it as well.
That's fair.
It was put together with a budget of $7 million.
$7 million. That's pretty cheap.
It is a pretty cheap film.
I think that's well done on their part.
Yeah,
because
it looks
it's
good.
a pretty impressive film for $7 million.
It looks pretty good for $7 million.
Yeah.
We don't know how much it made worldwide again. I have a feeling this film was only released in America.
That makes sense.
And just went straight to DVD for everywhere else. Not DVD. VHS. It's 70. It's not 70. It's 94.
No. It came out on DVD, Blu-ray. Put it in your VHS. It explodes in 8 seconds.
But yeah, we only know how much it made in America off a budget of $7 million. How much do you think it made?
I'm gonna guess it made quite a bit more. $7 million. I'm gonna guess it made I want to say 15, but I'll go with 20. Give it the benefit. Yeah, what did it make?
19.5.
19.5. Oh, there you go. Wow.
Right on the money.
That was right on the money.
Yeah.
That's a fair profit. I feel like this movie did what it set out to do.
And that's pretty good for a biopic based off a relatively niche sport. Yeah. So, good job.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
Good job, movie. Did it deserve it? It launched Luke Perry into becoming a film star. So
I feel like
maybe.
it's not as bad as we're saying it is. It's just boring.
It's a pretty boring film. I wouldn't be surprised if this is our shortest one yet. Which makes sense, seeing as the last two have been relatively long. So
yeah. So let's just jump into it. It opens with 1969.
Nice.
This is the one and only time which I cared about the dates. Which I didn't.
No.
I didn't care about it at this point, and they're flashing more dates, which give you a timeline.
I don't know why I wrote the dates down, but I did. So.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they were important to someone, but I just didn't care about the dates.
Anyway.
I saw the first date, and I was like, in one ear, out the other. And then the other dates, I was just like, I'm sure the timeline works out.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, so we see...
It's based on a real person, so I'm pretty sure they would have gotten the dates right.
Yeah, so we see... a young boy and his dad. He's being held up by his dad.
Daddy.
They're watching the bull riders and the bulls, and he's like, "Oh, I'm scared of the bulls," and he's like, "Oh, you ain't scared of no bull."
I want to ride the bulls, Dad. What are you talking about?
You're like 5. You can't ride the bull. I want to ride the bulls now.
Well, I'm the dad. Hi, I'm Dad. I'm not gonna let you blood ride the bulls.
What happened to your voice? You just sound like they just dropped an octave.
Hey, I'm not gonna let you ride no bulls. How about I put you on a sheep instead?
Yeah. So then he grows older a bit because it's when he's when he's 10 or something. It's the sheep. So it goes from 5-year-old.
Yep.
10-year-old, he rides a sheep, which they make a
poor
huge...
sheep.
Yeah, no, they make a huge deal out of. And then afterwards, everyone's going nuts. Everybody's clapping. He's raised into the air. It's a very epic moment for this one very short sheep ride.
Lion King theme starts
playing. Something like that. Anyway, it's flash forward another 5 years, I think.
1983, I think.
And the kid is now a young teen.
Yeah.
And he's at a rodeo.
He's at a rodeo and he's it was like a young kids riding bull.
Young kids riding bull with young things, and he rides the bull for a little bit.
Yeah.
And he does pretty well.
Then flash forward 1983, he's now a young man.
Walks in all Luke Skywalker-like, is what you've said here.
So, the way that I saw it, like the way it opens, he's on a farm. You know, you see the backdrop of Oklahoma.
Yep.
And he runs into the house.
If he'd had 2 sons, he would have been super confused.
Yeah. He runs into the house. He's like, "Hey guys, hey parents!" Like he grabs some milk. He drinks the milk, and I was like, "This just feels like the opening moments of Luke Skywalker going in to see his uncle and auntie." Like it just reminded me of that. Doesn't have a positive or negative effect on the film. I just thought it would be something to write down. That's what notes are for.
Yep.
And we got to insert something into this episode because whew.
Yeah. You put some more notes, like his dad looked like Christopher Eccleston.
The Ninth Doctor.
Yes.
The underused Doctor.
Yeah, no. I see it. Yeah, that's fair. Except he looked like an older version almost.
Oh, yeah. He was definitely much older. Like he kind of has the ears and the smaller nose and stuff like that.
Anyway, so he grabs his breakfast and his bags. He's going to some sort of rodeo thing. He hops in.
Yeah, so we learned that the main way he makes his income is through competing in these...
Yeah.
In these competitions.
Anyway, he hops in his cars with 2 of his other mates.
That's Tough, and some other guy.
And some other... A poetry boy is what I like to call him.
Oh, yeah, he did write that poem.
Because he does it 3 or 4 times during the movie. He reads out some of his poems. Well, some of which are great. I'm not going to lie. His poetry is pretty good. Anyway. So, it's Tough and poetry boy.
And one of them makes a joke, right?
Yeah. And then the other one's like, "Is this some kind of joke? We don't make a lot of jokes in our family."
This rule of threes, they do the rule of threes on this one. All throughout the film, Lane Frost learns how to do jokes.
Yes. He does not understand humor.
The film starts off, he's like, "What's a joke?" Halfway through, someone says something funny and he laughs at it, and then at the end, he tells a joke.
Oh my god. He can understand humor.
What a character journey.
It's learning. It's adapting. And then he tells a joke at the end.
So they go off to a rodeo. We're introduced to Kelly, his future wife. She looks like Brie Larson.
Yep.
I thought she was pretty good as well, yeah.
Then he competes in rodeo. Yeah. And he does alright.
Does he win?
No, I think he comes second.
Oh, yeah.
And then his friend also does the rodeo, but immediately gets thrown off to show that our main character is good at what he does.
I love when sports films, they all do this.
Yeah, it's so he's on top of the bull.
Yeah.
And he's about to go out, and he's like, "Alright, she's gonna spin." And both the other characters, including the main character who's supposed to be good, he's like, No. It's gonna shoot out.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna shoot out and try and buck him off immediately. And he's like, No, it's gonna spin. Trust me. It's gonna spin. And then, of course, it doesn't spin, and it just tosses him off. So it's like, oh, see, look, he knew what he was talking about, but you didn't. Wow.
Lane does pretty well in the competition.
Yeah.
He is a bit of a celebrity in the rodeo ring. A lot of people know who he is in this small ring. I guess it's like their local country one.
Yeah, I don't think he's super famous yet. I think he's more just one of the cowboys, which are in the rodeo.
Yeah. Which
makes him automatically famous sort of thing. You know, oh, you're one of the guys who did it in the rodeo. That's cool.
Anyway, he sees a kid on a hail bale.
Yep. Practicing
hay bale, not hail bale.
Hail bale.
It's a bale made out of hail.
Yeah, that's pretty icy.
Yes, he sees this kid and he just teaches the kid.
Yeah.
A good writing technique. He then sees Kelly and is like, "Oh, I'm gonna go talk to Kelly." And so they go and they have a conversation. And
she's like, you're like, "Hey, Kelly, how's it going?"
And she's like, "You're a bull rider. I don't like bull riders. All bull riders care about is riding bulls, and I want to do horses."
She doesn't say that to his face.
No.
But that's pretty much the thing. And then her mum is like, "Nah, you should go after him. He's got a kind heart." Anyway, they go to a bar.
I love this scene so much. It's so dumb.
You really love this. I'm like,
so what happens?
They go to a bar.
Yeah.
And they're just hanging out drinking, and then some guy comes over and is like, I'm gonna buy you guys a drink.
Yeah, I saw you compete and I think you're pretty good. Let me buy you a drink.
And they say, oh, that's really nice of you. And main guy is like, I don't want a beer, I just want a Coke. And he's like, no, I am not gonna buy you a Coke. How dare you? And then Tough is like, how dare you not buy him a Coke? And then they start fighting. And this is the start of a big-ass brawl.
They start a fight over just, Lane doesn't want to drink a Coke and they start a fight. It's
he doesn't it's dumb.
Now I think every second film we have reviewed has had a bar fight in it.
Yeah.
I feel, that's
Iron
true. Will did.
Yeah.
Intersection didn't.
Yeah.
On Deadly Ground, definitely
On Deadly
did.
Ground, yeah, that's the one.
Blink sort of had one.
Yeah.
To a point, and now this one's got one as well.
There was bar scenes, that's for sure. There was like bar scenes in every movie, pretty much.
Anyway, they fight, and they go back to the hotel. His friends are sort of mad at him because they got in a fight, and he doesn't want to drink any beer. And Lane's like, no, I'm a cowboy, and I'm gonna be a cowboy, and I'm not gonna let alcohol get its slimy hands all over me and make me not be a cowboy.
And then they're like, yeah, well, you're a puss.
They call Lane a puss so much in this movie.
It's really annoying.
It's very annoying.
Yeah, it's annoying and also like, ooh, cringy. Because that is a thing they say. Anyway, he convinces Kelly to go to Whataburger.
What a burger.
What a burger. What a feeling.
What a burger. I've never seen a film with Whataburger product placement.
I think it's like an American place.
Yeah, but like even then, it's very rare to see them in the film.
That's true. That's true.
So good on this movie for
being sponsored by Whataburger.
Good on them.
Yeah.
I picked up a technique that this movie uses to drag out the runtime to get it into that 90-minute zone. A lot of the conversations, especially between Lane and Kelly, are just dragged out because they keep pausing in the middle of their sentences. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It makes it feel natural, I guess. That's how people talk. But it's also just annoying.
Yeah. Anyway, he keeps seeing Kelly and his friends sort of complain about it, and nothing happens.
Nothing happens for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Then he competes in Bad Company Rodeo.
That's not a bad sign. It's gonna be fine. He's gonna get out of it okay. And he does. He rides. He rides pretty well.
Except then he falls off.
Oh no, he hurt his neck.
And then he gets his nuts slammed on.
What? The bull stands on his nuts?
Yes, the bull smashes his nuts.
It's pretty great.
It
looked painful.
That's I've seen clips of this happening to people. It looks really painful.
And then we've got
so then he gets rushed to the hospital room
first
or whatever
aid area.
The first aid. Yeah,
we get a ton of quotable quotes about
right.
this.
We'll take turns. You go first.
Is my dick still there?
It's hanging by a thread. But it's still there.
The doctor says to Kelly, "Look, he's fine, but he won't be much of a romantic for a while."
But he's fine. And then Tough,
yeah,
who's sort of hanging around, is I'm gonna stick around, see if those balls swell up and drop off.
Disgusting.
Like what? Was it drop off? I think it was actually a pop.
Oh, actually, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Swell up and pop or something. It was really bad.
It's pretty graphic.
Anyway, Tough yells at him to convince him to get back into the bull riding, and so he rides again.
Lane, he sits up in his hospital bed, looks at himself in the mirror, and goes, "I ain't no puss.
I ain't no puss," and he gets on that bull, 'cause he ain't no puss.
And he wins, and he gets a ton of money.
Yep.
And then Lane and Kelly get married.
Yep. Dance competition?
Yeah, it's during the wedding. Out of nowhere, they start line dancing.
Yeah.
And then there's just a dance competition for 2 minutes.
Yeah, that was alright.
I thought it was a pretty fun dance. Yes, fun fact for the listeners, Zach and I used to dance. That's how we met.
Yeah, fun facts.
Fun facts, we met at a dancing school.
Anyway, Then we have a conversation between Kelly and Tough.
Yep.
She asks him why you called Tough.
Well, I'll tell you why I'm called Tough in this accent that I'm going to keep doing for the whole episode. When I was 4,
I'm leaving now. Goodbye.
When I was 4, mate, I got.
Why did it go Australian?
Yeah, I'm Australian.
You were so Texan, and then went so Australian.
I can be New Zealand.
Far.
When I was 4 years old.
No. Okay, keep going.
So Tough's like, when I was 4, I got my hand stuck in a car door, and so they just started calling me Tough Nut.
That's the origin story.
That's
of
how
Tough.
it goes.
And then they just shortened it to Tough. Anyway.
So silly.
So Kelly wants a house, so he buys her a trailer to live in.
I want a house that's close to my parents.
Yep.
You're rich enough, we're both, like, we got some money, we can probably buy a house. And he's like, oh, you give me a day and I'll get a house next to your parents. Comes back home with a trailer.
She doesn't like it at all. She's
No.
like, well...
What's this? For some reason, she says that the trailer's going to give her nightmares.
Understandable.
Sure.
So do trailers for movies, like 8 seconds. And... Ha ha ha.
Dear.
Funny joke. Anyway.
The movie from this point out until the final, like, 10 minutes is just relationship stuff.
Yeah, which is boring.
It is, because it's not handled well. If it was handled, like, if it was funny, if there was some jokes, if it was, like, interspliced with a bit of rodeo tension or a rodeo drama, it could have been good.
Yeah.
But all it is he does a rodeo and he wins, they have a fight. He does rodeo and wins, has a fight.
Speaking of which, now he goes to a big competition in LA, wins.
Yep.
And becomes world champion.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, like, he wins the world championship. It could even be at the awards ceremony or something for it.
Yeah.
This guy comes up that Kelly used to learn how to handle horses with, something like that, work
some
with,
garbage like that.
and they talk for a bit, and Lane's like, "Why are you talking to that dude?
Don't talk to men.
Boo!
I'm jealous."
I'm Lane, and I'm jealous.
Yeah.
She
Kelly just goes off.
she goes off. It's never
I can't-
explained.
Yeah,
she just like leaves.
I think she's helping with her house or
Probably.
doing horse stuff or whatever.
So anyway, Lane is left in LA, and he's all alone.
Yeah.
He's lonely. He's sad. We know this because he looks sad, and he's walking around the house doing nothing.
Yep. Fan comes over and is like, "Yo, let's drink."
No,
Oh, you don't
I
wanna?
don't.
That's cool. Could you sign this?
Yeah, I can sign your thing.
My brother's big fan.
Sure.
Little brother's big fan.
Good on him. I'll sign it for him. Don't sell it on eBay.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist yet, so that's good.
Yeah. Damn, it's cold out here. It doesn't usually get this chilly on cold nights.
It is cold, isn't it?
Do you want to bang?
What?
Do you want to bang? And
That
it's
is
like
almost word for word.
almost word for it. I may have added a thing on the end there. Anyway, he lets her in,
Yeah.
and then we, cut to black sort of thing.
Flash forward to the next morning. The way the film reveals that they slept together
Yeah.
is one of his friends, probably Tough,
Yeah.
is looking at him and is like, "Oh, you won. You're a world
Yep.
champion. That's good. It's good to see they give you hickeys on your neck when you become world champion."
Yeah, got him. They're also like waiting for him in the truck. This is where one of the good poetries come in. And then he goes to another competition.
Now, this is a very interesting competition. It's called the Red Rock Competition. It's quite dangerous.
Yep.
How it works is there's 3 rounds, and the rider, the world champion, has 3 chances to win this particular rodeo.
Yep.
And apparently, like, it's super tough. The bull don't like no human on its back.
Yep.
And so yeah, he has 3 chances to try, and if he wins a bunch of money and becomes a world champion for a second thing.
Yeah, Kelly's pretty annoyed with him.
There's a point where she's like, "You're not doing it for the money anymore. You're just doing it for attention. You don't need to do it for the money. You're already rich." It's like, sure, whatever. Like, I don't disagree with her, but it's just like, that's not what I'm watching this movie
Anyway,
for.
she goes out with a friend she used to do horses with.
They go and have dinner or something.
Yeah.
I wrote down, this is a very boring film.
Oh, wow.
But I do like, and this comes up a little bit more later on, I do like how they don't paint Lane as the perfect human. Like, he is flawed. He has, cheated on his wife, and they don't shy away from that. The majority of these sort of films would.
Yeah.
I mean, Bohemian Rhapsody, just as a film, quite like it paints a nice picture of everyone involved and sort of glosses over anything not so nice. Yeah. I appreciate this movie for doing that. Yeah. It doesn't make it a good film.
No.
But I can respect the thought behind that particular.
Anyway, Kelly tells Lane that she went out with the guy.
Yep.
And then he gets very angry, but doesn't tell her that he cheated.
No.
And he throws her out.
He does Red Rock for the first time.
Yeah.
Rises for the first time.
But he does terribly.
No, he doesn't do very well. He's on there for like 2 seconds or something.
Yeah. Apparently his mojo's gone because he's not with his wife anymore or some crap.
Yeah, and so he's like, "Well, I'm not doing well. Got to get back together with Kelly. Yep. Kelly, let's get back together." And she says,
"No."
Oh,
sorry. That's a no from me, dog.
He does Red Rock a second time. I'm pretty sure this is where he falls off and really hurts his neck.
Yeah, no. He fails really badly this time, even worse than before. So he goes back and visits Kelly's house.
Yeah, like he goes over. She's doing like a horse fan meetup or something like that. He sort of interrupts it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
They go off to the side and have a conversation, and he just admits that he cheated on her.
Yep.
And she's like, "Well, we've both done wrong," and they get back together.
Yay!
That's nice. Good on him.
Which is nice.
So then he goes to Red Rock, third and final time. Now that he's back with Kelly, and he wins.
Yep.
Woo! Cool.
Making him the first to do so, which is...
This is a short episode because there just isn't much plot. And this is a lengthy film, but there just isn't much in it. So flash forward a couple of years.
Yep.
He and Kelly, they have moved out of the trailer. They bought a block of land.
To build a house. He makes a joke and a half about moving the trailer in so they could still use the trailer.
And she's like, "You gotta be kidding me." He's like, "No, no,
I'm actually joking because now I understand jokes."
That's where that comes in.
Yes.
And then he's like, "Okay, I've got a competition."
Yeah.
After this competition,
after this one final competition,
he doesn't say it's his last competition.
After this one very particular competition. Then we'll settle down and we'll have a happily ever after and everything will be fine and nothing will go wrong.
So he does his competition. He wins. He stays on for 8 seconds. But then he falls off.
Yeah.
And the bull rams into him.
Yeah, he claws him.
And he dies.
Yep.
And it's a pretty anticlimactic death.
It was just as anticlimactic as we just described. It's just like... There's a scene, he falls off the bull, they cut to the bull's face, they cut to him, they cut to the bull, and the bull rams him. And then that's it. He collapses down.
They cut immediately to a funeral.
Yeah. I'm like, what just happened? Excuse me? Did the main character just die?
Yeah.
Is this someone else's casket? What just happened? So, his dad feels sorry for pushing him so hard. Tough becomes a successful bull rider. He actually becomes like world champion. He does like world champion 4 times or something.
Something like that. Yeah. He becomes crazy successful.
Yeah.
This was a boring film.
Yeah,
you're right.
It's just really boring.
I don't know. It could have been done a lot better. Could have made it more exciting, but they just needed to focus on the two things more. I feel they were swapping between both of the things.
Yeah.
And I feel like you could have. When you're not focusing on the marriage, focus really hard on the bull riding and competition. Other people in the competition, there was no villain.
There was no we had no idea who the other competitors were.
Yeah, there was no villain, which I feel like made it less compelling.
Again, I do like how he's not the greatest human of all time.
Yeah.
He's not portrayed that way in the film.
That's good.
That's good, but everything else. Oh yeah, and also Luke Perry did pretty well.
Yeah.
Stephen Baldwin as Tough did well. The actress who plays Kelly did well.
Yeah.
It's just as a whole, bit of a snooze fest. Not much going on. I'm gonna go Oldie.
Yeah, no, I'm also going Oldie. I just think it's like an older film, and I think we could do the same thing nowadays. As with a lot of oldies, I just think we could redo it nowadays and it'd be way more entertaining.
Yeah. I don't mean to say let's change his life story for the sake of adding more drama into the film, but they probably should have changed his life story and added some more drama into the film.
I feel like you just cut out all the boring fluff.
Okay.
And then you're left with a smaller but more concise and fun movie.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Like that.
It doesn't really succeed as a like a romantic drama. It doesn't really succeed as a bull riding sports film. So
yeah. So
we were bound to come across one of these films eventually.
Yeah, no, it's fair. And I mean,
a film that's not terrible and it's not great. It's just a nothing
just an
movie.
oldie. It is literally the definition of an oldie. Oh well. So what are we doing next?
You're choosing next week.
Okay.
So good work. You got 3 choices here.
All right.
Let's have a look at what you got. One of them, it's called Angie. Gina Davis is in it. It's a rom-com.
Yeah, I'm a little sick of the rom-coms.
We've already done a couple.
Yeah, so, let's try something else.
All right. Charlie Sheen in an action comedy called The Chase.
Ooh,
it's got terrible reviews.
Oh, really?
But you know, a bit of Charlie Sheen, or
that could be good.
Or a straight up comedy, a bit of a family comedy, if you will.
I like family comedies.
It's called Greedy.
Yeah.
Got Michael J. Fox and Kirk Douglas. I think it's about Michael J. Fox's uncle or like granddad is like super rich.
Yep.
And Michael J. Fox is like, I want some more money.
Sounds good to me.
It looks like a family drama with like lots of like conversations and people being mean to each other.
I think either between The Chase or Greedy.
Okay.
I think after seeing the action of On Deadly Ground, I'm a little sick of action.
All right.
So let's just go with the comedy.
We're going Greedy.
Yeah, go Greedy.
All right, episode 9, Oldie but a Goodie.
We're doing Greedy. And pick Greedy.
Hopefully, it will be an episode longer than half an hour.
Yep. Well, that's fair.
Hopefully, it will have more in it. We do apologize that this episode was rather short, but we chose a film that had no plot.
Yeah, no, it was meh.
We're considering doing a bonus episode in March.
Yeah.
At some point, probably like early March or something. We'll do a bonus episode,
Sounds
see
cool.
how it goes, see if you like bonus episodes.
Yep.
It might become a monthly thing, become a bi-monthly thing.
Might become a bi-yearly thing. Who
True.
knows?
Every second year, a bonus episode.
A bi-century thing. Who knows?
So yeah, if you did enjoy the show, as always, we're on everything. We're on iTunes, where you can leave a review if you want. Yep. We're on Spotify to subscribe there. We're on TuneIn, Stitcher, all of the goodies.
Send us your reviews. Send us your critiques. Send them to Sandra at least, because I know he needs them the most.
I'm the one who checks the emails, so that's how it works.
Yay!
Oldie@gmail.com is our address. All the links are in our description.
I'm gonna leave you guys with my favorite quote. I'm gonna stick around. See if those balls swell up and explode.
It's a good quote. I think my favourite would have to be Tough. He's explaining how he got his name and... when I was 4, I got my hand stuck in a car door. So they started calling me Tough Nut. It's anticlimactic, just like the movie.
Hey!
See you next week.
See ya.